That's all right. We're live on other
So yeah,
platforms.
we're on other
Just
platforms.
hook it up. Hook it
No,
up.
it just reconnected successfully, so
Okay,
we're good.
good. Okay.
But so anyway, the thing that fucking ends up going down here is that we go over there to fucking lift the pipe up to help her out because you've got 2 ends to this pipe and you've got a hook on fucking 20-inch in diameter fucking flanges that go onto there, which means that like you've got a cap. These bolts got to be hooked up, whatever.
That's a big pipe.
Yeah, exactly.
All
And
right.
so to do this, to handle this shit, she's like, "Hey, look, I can't pick this shit up by myself, right?" So
Sure.
we go over there to help her out. And so we go over there to help her out, and the the fucked up thing about all of it is that while we're going over there to help her out, like our boss, and I'm not gonna say his name because that could maybe get me in trouble, I would guess.
Well,
But
anyway, yeah.
that guy, he pulls in because he comes to work about 3 hours after we do because we work 12 hours. He works about 7, right?
Right. Right.
And so he pulls in and he no shit drops down to 2 miles an hour in front of where we work and slows down to 2 miles an hour and drives by looking, just staring at us, just to see if we're doing anything fucked up that he doesn't like. And then he makes a loop around the building and does it again, right? And then he goes and pulls up and then he stops and then he stares there and stands and watches us. And we're
Okay.
like, God, this motherfucker, dude. Like, yeah, he's just fucking staring like it's a fucking
Uh,
just trying and some shit.
Right.
So anyway, we lean over and we grab this pipe to flip it over and get it to where we can hook everything up. Well, as soon as we do, he runs over there because the rule is that you shouldn't lift anything that's over 50 pounds by yourself, right? Now it's me and
But
Danny.
right. You guys had other help
Yeah,
doing
now yeah, but even
it. So
then we're not picking
about
it up. We're literally rotating it, all right? So it's something that's got a curve in the middle of it and so it's basically shaped like a U, right?
gotcha.
So we're
Okay.
just rotating it to where one of the openings is sticking straight up and the other one is, off to the side kind of deal. We're not picking the piece up because the piece actually weighs about 900 pounds.
Fuck, is this some union fucking horseshit job? Like,
No, it's not union at all. It's a
no, I'm just
like
saying,
yeah.
like, that's
No,
what
it's
it
bullshit.
sounds.
So we go to fucking do it. We go to lift this motherfucker up. He runs over. He's like, "What are you doing? Wait, you guys drop it. Drop it. Put that down." And of course, me and Danny are like, "We're not dropping it. We're both holding it in the air right now. I'm not gonna fucking just drop it. That'd be
Stop it. Yeah.
stupid." Yeah. And so we're just holding it for a second. Well, what ends up happening is that um we get it hoisted up and everything's being held up. Blah 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 blah. Situation goes on. About 30 minutes later, after all this goes down, he comes out to grab Danny, and he's gonna write him up for a safety violation because he is saying that Danny lifted this 900-pound pipe, rotated it by himself. All right. Now, me and Danny are both standing right next to each other, talking about like our hands are touching. We're so close to each other. It would be impossible to miss me. Now, there are 4 other people standing there as well as me and Danny.
That
Right?
all know that fucking there
Exactly.
was more than one
Exactly.
pair of hands on this
And
fucking thing. Right.
exactly. So he goes and decides that he's writing Danny up for a safety violation. And Danny's like, "Man, what the fuck, dude? This is crazy, right?" And Danny's one of those dudes that is not going to throw the whole race thing into it real quick. He's just going to be like, "Hey, this is fucked up." You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I'm like, "Yeah, it is, man. It is really fucked up." So they decide though yesterday that he's probably not going to be written up. Today, that same boss that was there isn't there until a little bit later today. But the black boss that works right next to him calls Danny in and writes Danny up for a safety violation for yesterday.
Just so it won't look like a fucking race card issue.
Exactly. And says that it was
And it's
Danny
like
by himself. I am not in there at all. And so
for,
I'm talking to Danny and I go, "Listen, dude, I'll go in there and tell him real quick that
right.
fucking I was right there." And he was like, "Listen, the only difference that's going to happen is that me and you both get written up for a safety
Right.
violation. Ain't going to
Right.
change shit."
So time out on this right
Yeah.
quick
Yeah.
because this definitely opens up some dialogue here. Is that it's like I don't think that a lot of people that work like I don't I've been working with the same guys for 8 years now, you know what I mean? But you know, there's a lot of time, you know, 10 to 20 years now, you know, that I've been in the workforce with all different types of people, all different capacities and different types of jobs.
Yeah.
And I really don't think today's climate has a lot to do with it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
even today's climate, I really don't think, like, even though they'll shuffle that shit on the news or where you know, in popular culture or whatever, I really don't think that fucking the upper management fucking level people of anywhere understand that workers hold a y'all versus us mentality. So whether
Absolutely. Yeah.
to you as retarded or black or fucking
Yeah.
the most opposite person of whatever you are genetically,
Yeah.
like,
This dude's the guy that's covering me. I don't
right,
give a fuck what
this is
color he
my
is. Yeah.
dude, this is my right hand man, and we
Yeah.
work together. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah.
the guy I lean on when
Yeah.
I'm
This is the
stuck.
dude I got to depend on. Yeah.
Right, not you. Like,
Yeah.
you're just looking out for number one and acting like, you know, you got something to prove to the world to make that next fucking corporate ladder jump, you cock smoker.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. And absolutely. I think that there's also something to it that, like, look, man, I will say, like, and I will never put people in a generalized fucking thing. I don't mean when I do this, when I say this, I do not mean every fucking Hispanic, all right?
right.
But I will say, as collectively and in my experience, Hispanics are a lot more racist than most whites or blacks are.
Really?
And that is now I will say that is at least in Texas, all right?
Well, I'll tell you what, I think also there's a hierarchy too, like Hispanic and Asian cultures have more of a hierarchy among, you know, where's you from, man?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Absolutely.
I don't like fucking Colombians, you know, like,
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean if
they
yeah.
have their own Asian and Hispanic cultures have their own hierarchy of, you know, that shit. Like for
No,
us,
absolutely.
for us being Irish descendants, you know what I mean? Like, nobody that's of a Nordic or a fucking German background looks at us any fucking different. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, in
absolutely.
race culture. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And
But
and so what ends up happening, man, is that I was like, listen, dude, you gotta say something. And I'm telling Danny that. I'm like, listen, dude, like, this is fucked up. Well, and the reason is because when they take him in and they do that, they tell him, hey, dude, if we catch you with your fucking gloves on, you're fired. Or with your gloves off, you're fired.
right.
All right. Danny's been there for a year and a half. This is his only safety violation.
Sure.
This is the only time that anything has ever happened to him. And it's like, wait a second, dude. So I've got one strike against me, and you're saying I'm fired if I don't have my gloves on at
Right.
some point? You know what I mean? Like, give me a fucking break. What the fuck is this? And I was like, look, dog, I don't usually do this, but you need to go to HR, man. Like, you gotta,
Right.
like, this is fucked up, dude. And he's like, man, I don't want to be that guy, you know. And I was like, listen, I understand that, but you got fucking
that, but like when you get legitimately fucked like that, and you've got like you got somebody like you and the rest of the people that you work with going like, no,
yeah. The
this
rest of the people that were there were like, nah, dude, I saw this. This is fucked
right,
up.
you're not gonna be looked at as fucked up if, like, you know, it's like and I'll say that every step of the way, you know what I mean? And Danny could do the same thing. Like, I don't like to have to come here to do this, but like, this is wrong, you
Yeah.
know?
What else am I supposed to do at this point?
Yeah, like, sorry, like, I'm not that guy. I just want to put in a hard day's work for a fucking good day's pay and fucking go home and be with my family and do my thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, and that's what I told him. I was like, listen, dude, they're fighting you with paperwork, and the only way that you're going to be able to win this battle is with paperwork. And that sucks. But it just is what it is, man. I mean, but if you sit here and take it, you're fucking fucked.
Right. And but the other fucked up thing about that is that when you flex your shit on that end, that also puts management on notice that you, like, You know what I mean? Like now they're
Yeah.
really out for. Now they're really out
Exactly,
for.
and I think that's kind of what sucks, and I think that's kind of what he's looking at. He's like, "What the fuck?
Right.
You know, what do I do? You know what I mean?" And
I gotta protect my job by all means for fucking. Maybe
yeah,
sometimes that shit schleps off. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and no, and that's what I said. I was like, "Listen, dude,
If
if
you
they're gonna
just
go after the fucking black guy, listen, they're gonna go after the fucking black guy, and understand this, dude. You got a white guy standing right next to you, fucking making the same argument. All right,
right.
so it's not a fucking black thing. Like, it's not a fucking, you know
It's
what I
up
mean?
to
Like,
stink, baby.
yeah, and it's like, so you can, it goes a different way, but it's one of those things that was just so fucked up. And he was like, "Man, I really appreciate that." And I was like, "Look, man," he was like, "You got a kid on the way, you got your shit." He was like, and I was like, "Listen, dude, I would want
Right,
my," and I
man.
was what I told him is I was like, "Look, I'd want my kid to do the same thing, man."
That's the thing that's fucking missing. Like that's a great point because that's really the shit that's missing nowadays. Is like who the fuck out there is teaching their kids that in times of struggle and whatever to grab their fucking dick and balls and go in deep as they can go. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
And you
Nobody's
go like, "Listen, dude, you stand up for what's right because it's fucking right." And like, listen, fuck the
exactly,
outcome. Like, do the
exactly.
right goddamn thing because in the end, the fucking doing the right thing is what defines you.
Damn the
And
torpedoes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. And it's like, nah, man. Like,
yeah,
I'm sorry, but fucking, I don't want my kid to fucking. What am I? How would I explain that to my kid? Hey, man, fucking, I needed that money. You know what I mean?
right.
And it's like,
No,
nah,
like I said, regardless of what anybody else feels about us, like we're not 100% right on this show all the time,
no,
but for what we're speaking, what we believe, whether you believe that to be right, wrong, or indifferent, us, that's the only way like we know how to be. You know,
exactly. I mean,
I'm
my
not
thing is if I allow that kind of shit to go down around me without fucking
right.
doing anything about it, then it defines who I am as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
And
and there's just too much of that shit going on out there where it's just
yeah.
it's not okay anymore.
Nah,
You know,
man. I mean, dude, there's a quote that actually fucking, and now I'm just gonna seem like that guy that just always trying to fucking stand up for black folks, but but it's one of those things of like, no, there was a Martin Luther King quote where he said he was like, listen, when the war is said and done, when it's all over with, it won't be the screams of your enemies that you remember. It'll be the silence of your friends. You know what I mean? And it's like, nah, man, I don't want that to be me. I'm not gonna do that.
real ass dude out there, by the way, has a defining moment
Yeah,
as a friend, as somebody, as a crew, or
mm,
whatever that was like. And don't get me wrong, I backed out of situations with my friends that I'm like, this is bad news. I'm telling you before this goes down, I'm out.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
There's nothing good that's going to come of
No,
this.
and
I
even then, like to even
suggest, right quick. I just want
yeah,
to say, and I've said that to my friends before and go like, I suggest you back out too. This is not a good way to handle this, and this is a knee jerk reaction or whatever. But
yeah,
I'm out.
absolutely.
And if it's righteous, I am a ride or die motherfucker, and I'll be there for you, fucking, you know, till my death. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
exactly.
I have backed out of shit on some moral groundwork, or like this is not gonna fare good for
Yeah,
anybody.
this is just
But
gonna
it's
end
like
poorly.
right, but if it's like, hey man, this might end poorly, but you're totally 100% right to go about it this way.
Yeah,
Fucking ride or die, motherfucker. You know,
yeah.
and
Well, and that's my thing is the way I look at it is I'm like, man, look, I think fucking I'd rather fucking go down with you on this than fucking stand here and fucking regret it later.
right,
And that's happened. Like, look, there's been times in my life where I didn't back somebody up when I should have, and I regretted it forever. And that's one of the reasons why I make the decisions that I make on certain
right.
shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, no, I know how fucking long it haunted me
Yeah.
for doing the wrong thing. And so I don't ever want to fucking do that again. I realize that at fucking certain points, man, like the pain that you may go through for standing your ground and doing the thing that you know is right.
That's what I'm
is going
saying.
to be shorter than the fucking pain of fucking living with the fact that you didn't do what was right.
That's what this whole show was built on for fucking 6 years now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like going like, hey, sorry, sorry, not sorry, and sorry. Everybody else is fucked up. So that means I have to do something. I would rather not do something, but you guys have made life so fucking miserable that I have to fucking do something because what you're doing ain't fucking right out there. All these people
hey, dude, I've went down a million times. Believe me, I would like to not go down again, but
right.
I'm not going to fucking let this be the moment that I fucking give up on that.
Right. You chose to approach it this way and oppress me or whatever you want to say about it, like this way. Like you're encroaching on my fucking freedom to live my life and not fucking be bothered, you know?
Yeah.
It's like
absolutely.
I'm trying to not be bothered. I'm not trying to poke the bear. I'm trying to say it like, no, I'm just not going to put up with this anymore.
Yeah.
And fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like that's really like
no, it is, man. It's like a look, dude. I mean,
it is.
I'm not going to. What I've come down to at this point is that I realize that the person that needs to have the biggest fucking, the person that needs to be the most proud of me is me. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. If I let me down, I'm no good to any of the people that hold me in any sort of regard. You know what I mean?
Exactly. If I'm ashamed of myself, then I'm no good to anybody. You know.
Absolutely.
And so it's just one of those things. And I was like, look, dude, go to HR. I'll back you on it. I'm not gonna fucking like. And
right.
But it's like he said though too is and what I told him is I was like, now at this point after he was like, look, they're just gonna fucking write you up if you go in there and say the same thing. You're just gonna get a write up, and all that'll come of that is both of us got written up. And I was like, nah, you're right on that. And I was like, and then also if they write me up, then your whole defense on fucking like, hey, they're just getting me
the true safety violation, which is like, well, okay, why am I written up for telling the truth? And there's a couple sets of hands on this fucking pipe that we were moving. So
yeah,
wasn't really like it makes Danny's safety violation truly invalid at that point.
Exactly.
If that's on you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, no, listen, but once you take it to HR and then I go, listen, my hands were on this motherfucker too, but they chose to only grab him, even though,
right.
You know, and even then our supervisor at the point, dude, he walked out and said, he was like, there's 5 people out here and this was y'all's best idea was to grab this like this. And so I'm like, wait a second, by his own words,
right.
There's 5 people out here.
Right.
So you're telling me that Danny's the one that's in trouble, but you even said
not only
5.
that, like that's I can't get over the fucking power moves of people where it's like, hey, guess what? Let us do our job. A problem with the actual job that's going on, then
absolutely
you got a reason to fucking complain. But like, how about you just not flood our heads with all of this shit that you've got being
why are you just making our job difficult?
You know what? A job, a fucking boss man is just as good, is only as good as the fucking guys that he's got working for him and making it happen.
Well,
so,
it's crazy how many people believe that the fucking, hey, the beatings will continue until morale improves.
Right.
You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. All right, we're gonna hit first break here. Speaking of which, what we got Chris Porter on for Carlin's Corner, and then we'll come back. Your choice: James Taylor, Marvelous 3, or The Misfits.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna go with James Taylor because that just hasn't even been an option before. I don't believe.
I love fucking James Taylor. If you don't like
James
Taylor, just turn your fucking radio off.
Yeah, you're a sorry motherfucker, just so you know, if you don't like James Taylor.
Don't appreciate good music. Exactly. All right, we'll be back in about 6 minutes, everybody. Stay tuned. More post.
Just want people to think for 2 goddamn seconds before they shit some question out their word hole. This whole there's no such thing as a stupid question bullshit ends in high school. This is life. We're playing for points. And there are a shit ton of stupid questions. Like when I was in the lobby of a hotel in Oklahoma and a middle-aged woman approached me and said, "Excuse me, is that the elevator?" Are you shitting me? What other door looks like this? No, matter of fact, I want you to name another fucking door that opens magically from the middle and has 2 buttons on the side. Name it! You think people are walking in there and disappearing? Is this an episode of Star Trek? No. That's probably the goddamn elevator, isn't it? I was in San Bernardino, California in August when at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it was 118 degrees outside. At 7 o'clock that evening, the young lady I was with asked me if I thought she'd need a jacket. Now, I'm a comic, so sometimes when people hang out with me, they try a little hard to be funny. It's awesome. Thought maybe this was one of those times. So being a gentleman, I said, "Hey, you fucking with me?" She said, "No. Do you think it'll be chilly?" It was 118 degrees 3 hours ago. Do you have any idea what kind of meteorological event would have had to occur for the temperature to drop 60 degrees in 3 hours? Did you hear sirens? Let me tell you something. The temperature drops 60 degrees in 3 hours. Fuck a jacket. Grab a lead vest. Cause shit's gone nuclear. Plans are canceled. All right? Even if it had dropped 30 degrees, it's still 88 fucking degrees outside.
Take to the highway, won't you lend me your name? Your way and my way seem to be one and the same. Mama don't understand it. She wants to know where I've been. I have to be some kind of natural born fool. I wanna pass that way again, but you know I could feel it on a country road. Sail on home to Jesus, won't you, good girls and boys? I'm all in pieces, you can have your own choice. But I can hear a heavenly band full of angels, and they're coming to set me free. I don't know nothing about the wild wind, but I can tell you that it's bound to be, because I could feel it, child, yeah, on a country road. I guess my feet know where they want me to go, walking on a country road, yeah. the highway, won't you lend me your name? Your way and my way seem to be one and the same child. Mama don't understand it. She wants to know where I've been. I have to be some kind of natural born fool. I wanna pass that way again, but I could feel it low. On a country road. Walk on down, walk on down, walk on down, walk on down, walk on down a country road. La 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 country road. Oh yeah, walking on a country road. Country road.
La 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 la. I love that shit, dude. James Taylor fucking rules.
Yeah, he does. I
Straight
was
up.
actually, you know what? I was discussing this today. One of the most like chill albums for me that should not be a chill album, and it's hip hop. Well, I mean, it's rap.
Pantera, you know? No.
No, it's actually, dude, Tupac, "Me Against the World."
Yeah. Oh,
For some reason,
that was also like a very softer album.
it was. But I mean, there was some like real hardcore stuff being talked in it, but it was very just.
The instrumental aspect of that was very chill.
Yeah, very, very chill.
Comparatively speaking. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
agree. That's
Yeah.
and it's probably one of my least favorite Pac albums, just because that's not
Because
how I
it's
like
so
my
chill. Yeah, like I actually, that's not how I like my Pac.
I'm hit 'em up, troublesome, Ballad of a Dead Soldier, all that
Oh
shit.
yeah. I mean, really, probably one of my
Niggas talk a lot of shit, but that's after I'm gone because they fear me in the
physical form. Let it be known I'm troublesome. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, that shit. That's
I
my
love
shit.
that shit. My I gotta say though, dude, like I don't know, man. Like there's a lot that I liked about Me Against the World, man. There really
For sure.
was.
Yeah, it's a very good artistic album, but like I said, it's just personal preferences. It's not how I like my Pac. So
Understandable. I could see why that would be the case.
right.
But no, I just really liked it, dude. Dude, like if I die tonight, that was a fucking that's just a badass song. Dear Mama's on that one.
Yeah.
That was a big one. Yeah, man, I liked it. I liked it a lot. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. It was one of those like we were listening to James Taylor, and I had talked about that today. So I was like, man, it's just real chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so chill.
Listen to James Taylor, I immediately thought of Pac, and
I immediately think of Tupac.
All right.
Yeah. A lot of things made me think of Tupac, and it's not even fair because I realized that he's,
For sure.
not a part of a lot of what I listen to on a regular.
Right.
Which is funny, right? Like the older I get, the less I listen to Pac, which like
Yeah.
is fucked up because like he really like, dude,
Well, that's also, like I said, how I like my Pac is not really my life anymore. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, absolutely.
Like,
But I think that's probably why I like his chill shit more now.
Sure. I
You know
get
what I mean?
that.
Because that's more in my life now.
If I want some chill shit, I'll listen to somebody else other than Pac, though. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
but
I can understand that. Yeah.
just to tie that all up, man. So what's the final summation as we stand tonight with that work related shit?
Well, I mean, really, as of right now, I think what he's trying to do is kind of see if it fucking blows over. I think, and it's kind of one of those things. Like, I can't really, honestly, like being who I am,
Gotta choose your battles, though, man. I get
Absolutely. But being who I am, I wanna be like, nah, fuck that. Don't take that
Right.
shit. But then on the other side of it, it's I can't make that fight without that
we
being
have
something
to,
he wants to do.
we have to take the power back.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's like, but it just fucks me up because like I just don't like that. I can't stand that kind of shit. You know what I mean? I don't like the
I
fucking.
hate this place. Nothing
Yes.
works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
I don't like that shit. I don't like it fucking, and I don't like it even more because like.
Can I just do my job? Can I just show up?
Yeah, dude.
And
God damn.
I'm not this. Here's the other thing that is sort of started to be like ingrained in fucking American culture. Like, you know, the HR shit in the workplace is like the tip of the iceberg, just because that's commonplace in media and in politics.
Fucking every
and
goddamn thing. Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is like I never understood. Like I've got enough humility. I don't need a boss to fucking get on to me because I guarantee you I'm gonna feel bad about fucking shit up. Worse,
Yeah.
you're ever gonna give me shit for. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? If I fuck something up and it's like, look, man, I fucked up, man, and I feel terrible about that. I don't need some boss fucking barking down my neck about it.
I
you
also
know?
think there's a certain amount of fucking motherfuckers that have never done that kind of work should never be in charge of people that do that kind of fucking work.
Fucking A, dude. Fucking A, man.
Like, dude, hey, if you're outside in the fucking heat doing fucking work in 100 and fucking something degree weather,
Right.
you should only have a boss who also does that kind of shit. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Or has done that kind of shit.
Or at least like a guy like me is not afraid to get their hands dirty and fucking jump in with them. That's
Yeah.
what garners respect. That's what garners respect amongst.
Exactly. No, I mean,
Yeah.
and that's really the thing is it's like, listen, dude, I don't want to fucking, don't come out here and, you know, I mean, like we've got, you know, this same boss is the same guy. Like, all right, so every day before, you know, we have a 2:00 break, right? And every day for that 2:00 break, we are allowed to go grab these fucking popsicles that are actually like hydration popsicles. They're
Well,
loaded with like.
We're loud. Listen to the sentence that you just spurted
Yeah,
out.
I understand. I fucking completely understand. I knew before I even said it, but it's those. They're actually like it's like a popsicle that's got like fucking 8 Gatorades in it. The reason it's electrolyte popsicles, right?
Yeah, like Pedialyte popsicles and shit.
Basically for grown-ups, yeah.
Right.
And so the whole
Are
idea is
for big boys, Zach.
for big boys, for big guys.
Okay.
And so the thing is, though, is that the problem is now we only get 2 10-minute breaks throughout our 12-hour shift. We get 2 10-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch, right?
Gotcha. Okay, I remember that shift. Yeah. No.
And
used to
so
do that.
it's like, okay, that's cool. That's fine. But the same guy that was making this fucking argument with Danny, or that was pulling this bullshit on Danny, is coming out there and going, you guys are taking your breaks too early because motherfuckers were going to grab the popsicles at 1:50.
The
and then
hottest,
fucking
arguably the hottest part of the day.
absolutely, but they were grabbing this shit at 1:50, and then we were taking our break from 1:55 to 2:10 instead of just 2 to 2:10. And so when we're out in 104-degree weather and fucking we're taking an extra 5 minutes to eat a popsicle before we fucking sit down for 10 minutes, motherfuckers are actually willing to make an argument with you as like, hey, you're taking your fucking break too early. And
Dude,
it's like, hey, listen, dude, you're fucking killing your people.
I understand because I don't think in today, I really don't think I could go back to that. Like, don't get me wrong, like I could do the work. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's just the
could do
nitpickiness, the fucking bullshit of it. Yeah.
Shit sticks and all that shit behind it. I would be like, fuck you. Like
Yeah.
I would
Suck a fucking dick. Yeah, I
Right.
mean that's really what it comes down to. That's the way you feel about it. You're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like,
Fuck
I
you.
would not only quit my job, but probably catch an assault charge on the way out the fucking door. If
I mean,
you-
yeah,
test
I
my
get it.
If you want to test my gangster, that is, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
no, believe me, I get it. We've already talked about me doing that shit. So yeah, I mean we've had that.
Man, I don't get it.
it gets fucking it gets blood running a little fucking high.
This ain't fucking Amazon, all right? This ain't China, all right?
Yeah,
Look,
dude.
you
Like,
ain't gonna, you ain't gonna,
this is
you ain't
America. I'm not about to jump
child.
out. I'm not about to jump out into my suicide net. I'm about to jump into a homicide net. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is a fucking different fucking deal. We're not in Japan, sir.
You ain't gonna chain my child to my fucking workstation for 10 hours while I fucking make 5 cents an hour.
Exactly. Like, nah, dude, nah. Listen, you fucked me up that bad, and I'm gonna grab my child, and we're gonna come live in your motherfucking house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucked up, and it's one of those things that, like I said, it's people that fucking, it's people that have just never done those kind of jobs before, and they have no fucking.
It's just making like here's the point is like they have like and the last job that I had that this was like a huge thing was when I was working my warehouse job for Office Depot, and it was like there was all of these things about morality and how to boost morality in the workplace and all that stuff, and like I was actually set like I probably once every 2 weeks I got to spend like an hour 2 hours my day instead of being in a 110 degree fucking warehouse hawking boxes and shit. I actually was for my department like my guy for like our little, like we had like a little group for morality boosting, so we went in the HR fucking whatever, like the office that they had set up for that, and had a big one of those big oval fucking office
big
table.
ass fucking table, and you had a little round table discussion.
Right, with a fucking dry erase board and the whole deal, and I'm like, look, man, here's how people fucking feel about this shit, where it's like you want to boost morality, this is what you fucking have to do, and I'm 20 years, I'm like 21 years old, and I'm heading up my own department, amongst like, whatever, we got 20 people that work in our department. I'm the guy that you look for. And that was based on my work ethic. I got to do that. You know what I mean? I got to get out of the swampy ass warehouse, once a week or once every 2 weeks to go do those meetings. But it was like, you guys are approaching this fucking wrong. Like, here's what people want. You really want to boost morality? You really want people to be into their fucking job? Like, how about you don't treat us like this? How about you trust the process? How about you do that, this, that, and the other? And I don't know, man. I don't think that's like that whole, well, we have spreadsheets and the productivity has gone down X amount of percentage points. And what is that alluding to? Everybody, all of those cocksuckers on the higher level, all they do is look at these fucking production percentage point fucking spreadsheets and wonder what the fuck's going wrong. I'm like, cause you're treating people like fucking numbers and not like people. You know what I mean? You want somebody to work a little harder? Be sensible to their fucking their shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't treat them like a fucking number.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Somebody, and guess what? The problem is that people have as long as people are doing what they're supposed to do, you really do have a strong us against them mentality when it comes to those types of jobs with the people that you work with. You know what I mean? So it's like, as long as, like, don't get me wrong, nothing pisses off another fucking do-good worker more than somebody else that ain't carrying their fucking weight. But if everybody's carrying their weight and they all feel like they're getting fucking put down by the quote, the man, then you got yourself a case there, and you got yourself a rallying point for the people that you work with,
Yeah.
And that's just something that's lost nowadays.
No,
I mean,
it really is.
I'm very thankful because like that is so far out of my wheelhouse nowadays. Not completely, I mean, I've got, certain people I work with that from time to time you go like, come on, man, look, you don't have to work hard all the time. You just plainly don't. So how about when it comes time to work, you don't pitch a fit like a fucking 8-year-old. You know what I mean? So like I do have those moments from time to time with the people that I work with, but you also got to go like, come on, man, like this is a rallying point for us. You don't have to take this line down, and for people that are upper management or middle management that want some insight into how the fucking people that they preside over are really feeling and really thinking, I'm here to tell you, and I'm not going to bullshit you when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. It's
the world is a fucked up place that nobody understands each other anymore, man. Nobody understands. Like they act.
Man, it really it comes down to the point that fucking motherfuckers are no longer earning their spot by fucking experience. They're earning their spot by like, hey, you're an office guy, right? Like you're an office guy, so you should work in the office, and we'll put you in this office where you're in charge of these guys. And that's how it kind of works now. It's not a.
I got my first hint of that like when I was probably like 18, because I was looking my way up to stalker, had like lead stalker, like the one that like we've got a, I guess what would be the grocery manager, and then the rest of us when I worked in at Food Lion in high school and into college. In South Carolina. And then instead, like we had this guy, man, Sim. He was a black Muslim dude. Fucking coolest dude ever. A Sim Allah. Fucking. Right. He was the fucking man. He's the guy that really got me into like fucking EPMD, Redman, Wu-Tang. Like I knew Wu-Tang a good bit, like, you know, but like he like really like let me know. He's like, nah, man, that North Jersey fucking, like that was where he was from, you know what I mean? Like that was his whole cipher, you know? So, but anyway, fucking super cool dude. And he was a beast, man, just a beast of a dude. He was like my height. He was like 5'8", 5'9", but just a fucking beast of a man, you know?
Yeah.
And cool as fuck too. You know, he'd buy me liquor before I was like, you know, before I was 21 and all that shit, because we had a liquor store right next door to the grocery store. But I remember, and I was like, dude, you know, I do my shit, but like Sim should have got like this grocery manager job, you know. And instead they hired this, like, and we were like playing, like when we worked overnights during the summer, because it was too busy during the summer for us to work our 7 to 3:30 shift. We would work overnight during the summer because it was just too busy in the stores, you know, during the summer months, because, you know, we were seasonal. Like everybody and their mother goes to Myrtle Beach and shit during that time of the year. So, but they hired this fucking like this toothless mullet-headed redneck dude, where it was like, what are y'all doing? Like when I was like, dude, you're new to this shit, man. We've been fucking me and Ron and Sim been doing this shit for like fucking years, bro.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like, if you don't want to listen to Wu-Tang while there's nobody in the store and the store's closed down, over the speaker system, I brought a little fucking boombox in, and
hey, bitch, there's fucking killer bees in this motherfucker. Calm down.
And I would take some a rubber band, like a thick ass rubber band, and hold it over the speaker, and just hold the speaker or the microphone up to the fucking boombox, and we'd listen to like Wu-Tang and shit all night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then fucking that guy came in and was just like, nah, you know. And then we were like, what the fuck, man? Like he wasn't even from like
Where's this bitch? Where the fuck is this motherfucker? Yeah.
We'll hit our break here, and I know that I'm ranting like a motherfucker, but I hope that we're just kind of speaking to the common man tonight, you know. But it's like,
no, everybody's got this experience.
That's when I knew that everything was fucked. Where it was like, I've got ambition, I got money and ambition in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a young man, I still had money and ambition in my heart. But what I learned was, companies aren't fucking moving people up through the ranks anymore. Like that's how you and I were brought up. You work hard, you do a good enough job, you get that next fucking position in that company if you want to stay with that company. You know what I
hell
mean?
yeah. That's how
So it's like
that's
you
how it works.
gotta
Yeah.
be the best inside of your realm to fucking get that step up, that leg up, you know. So it's like that's how we were taught as young men to go about our working experience, good work ethic, and
Yeah,
fucking
and you'll make it.
be the best whatever you're doing, and fucking that shit will come to you. Well, I was like, you're not hiring people from within. You're bringing in outside people to keep all of us down. Like, and you know, Ron and Sam were black dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just a younger dude than them, but they were like, "Oh, all right, we see how it is." They thought it was like kind of more of like a keep the black man down, but I wasn't really playing that. I was like, "No, it's keeping all of us down, man." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like here's the thing: is that they're not hiring from inside; they're bringing an outside entity in order to keep the three of us in check. You know what I mean? So it's like, fuck you. You know, that's
Yeah.
bullshit. And that's the way a modern day corporate America works now. I mean, like I said, I don't have to tell any of our audience about what the fucking HR nightmare of today is. Everybody knows what the fuck it is. They got people scanning. I wouldn't even know how to operate that shit. You understand? Like if I had to not do what I did anymore, and they're like monitoring my Facebook and shit, I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do about? Like I show up and kill it for you every day. What the fuck? Care about
fuck are you? Yeah.
That whole Doug Stanhope bit where it's like your piss looks a little bit cloudy. Are we not enough fun for you here at the Verizon Wireless family?
Exactly.
That Doug Stanhope no refunds is so telltale of the fucking world that we live in today, and it's 11 years old. That special is 11 years old. You know.
No,
But
it's
absolutely true where it's like, no, fuck you. Like all of these corporations want the corporation to be your fucking life. And I've never had that sentiment about me. I will show up, break my fucking back for you at a job. No problem. I am that guy. My work ethic
I'll never be your bitch.
I'll never be your bitch. Like I'll break my fucking back to make my pay because it matters to me about what my work ethic is and my potential to earn more money if I do a good job. But fucking I am not like, look, fucking you got me from X amount of time to this amount of time. And after that, go fuck your mother because I ain't fucking doing it anymore. And I'm just so glad I haven't had to do that in the past handful of years. Yeah. You know, I've been at my
it's a bitch.
8 years, and I'm not. You know, I don't have to worry about that shit. And I'm the shot caller now. You know what I mean? So, and it's a small independent business that I get paid a lot to not do as much as I used to. So
I get paid a lot to not fucking do that bullshit.
I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But
goddamn right.
I'm not. I know my roots, motherfucker, and I ain't far from that at any given point. You know. Anyway, that's the end of my rant on that. But
I feel you.
That shit really fucking bugs me, though. It really does.
Yeah. No, it is. It's a pain in the fucking ass, dude. It's a pain in the fucking ass. And I'll tell you right now, dude. Like at 34, it's much more of a pain in the ass. Like,
absolutely,
like it really is. Because at this point, like it is like, look, dude, like I'm smart enough, and I know that fucking like, listen, dude, I could do half of these motherfuckers that are in charge of me's fucking jobs better than them, and I know that, and just from the experiences that I've had in life, it's like, no, look, dude, I've done fucking all the way up to staff sergeant in the fucking military to fucking, I've seen parts of the world you'll never see, no matter how many vacations you go on. I've been to fucking prison, and I've worked every fucking job you could fucking go for. Like, I'm telling you right now, I know how to manage people better than you do. And,
absolutely.
But it's one of those things that it doesn't matter. You got to earn your stripes. And so it's one of those things that I'm like, hey, look, I don't mind. I'm going to earn my stripes. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to stick through this bullshit that you're putting me through. But just so you know, I'm going to take your job. And when I take your job, I'm going to show you how to do it better than you're doing it right now.
Absolutely.
So absolutely. It is what it is.
Well, we're gonna hit a break right quick. Fuck. All right, I got a Texas twofer for Zach.
Oh, what a fucking sweetheart.
So I got a Texas twofer, and we'll be back in just a handful, everybody. So stay tuned. About 7 minutes, we'll be back.
Yeah.
Much love, and we'll actually start to tackle topics when we return instead of just the working man's plight.
No. I don't wear my britches tight, I wear them loose. Active athlete for all my footwear, homie, y'all got too many shoes. I'm the man in my city, tell them niggas I won't lose. For St. Patty, my nigga, always still gon' chunk the dues. Find me in the hood, in the city that I claim. Moving slow like the music that I bang, screwed up. Bitch, I'm from Texas, yeah, bitch, I'm from Texas. Bitch, I'm from Texas, yeah, bitch, I'm from Texas. Glass underneath, beating my block, pop my trunk, chain full of rocks. Bitch, I'm from Texas, yeah, bitch, I'm from Texas. Bitch, I'm from Texas, yeah, bitch, I'm from Texas. You can find me in HOUSTON, riding in, candy trim on poking rims with a 10 and a friends. Trade the truth, riding right behind. 2 cups full and I'm on my grind. Talking down, respect my mind. I show you boys how Texas get down. Rolex time, top left back on my nuts cause I got that sack. Papered up to the roof, it's stack. Hoes wanna hate, but it don't mean jack. Where there's money, that's where I'm at. That Texas grind, that's all I know. Banging, screwing, drinking Big Mo. It's Space City getting that dough, bro.
Outside where the boss ride. Every day I go play outside. Leaving them haters mouth wide. Can't be denied when they see me slide through the hood like I live there. Shit, I got a few cribs there. All my G's still chill there. We barbecuing them ribs there. Smoke blunts and sip punch like it's lunch. Every day we do it. Listening to nothing but Texas music. Perfect match for that good fluid. Find me in the hood of the city. I claim everybody down in H-Town know we main. It ain't a choice I can't change. I'ma rip it out like I gangbang.
Find me in the hood, in the city that I claim. Moving slow like the music that I bang, screwed up. Bitch, I'm from Texas, yeah, bitch, I'm from Texas. Bitch, I'm from Texas, yeah, bitch, I'm from Texas. Glass underneath, beating my block, pop my trunk, chain full of rocks. Bitch, I'm from Texas, yeah, bitch, I'm from Texas. Bitch, I'm from Texas, yeah, bitch, I'm from Texas.
I got a badass bitch parked outside, yellow diamond in my wrist. If it's dark outside, call a little bitch, then I catch ghosts. Just a little kid from the ghetto. Never had shit, but I got a little bit when I got a couple hits under this belt. So the H up, nigga, I ain't tryna belch and nothing. Ain't got a whole lot of money, but I'm wealthy money. I sip a whole lot of drink, but I'm healthy. Mommy, daddy was cool, but he really can't tell me nothing. Nah. Everybody think a nigga lucked up. John Kirko, he did blew up from the H-Town worldwide, nigga, what's up?
I'm from Port Arthur, Texas, let's get that straight off the top. That's where the hustling and the grinding and the hating don't stop. From west side to the east, we out here ducking the cops. And coming down, candy painted on them motherfucking chops. It's the land of the trio, that's where the whole thing came from. And it ain't just a word of where a rapper get his name from. It's a way of life, and we live it to the fullest. For years we represented it with blood, sweat, and bullets. Oh, I'm from Texas. In the hood, in the city that I claim. Moving slow like the music that I bang, screwed up. Bitch, I'm from Texas, yeah, bitch, I'm from Texas.
1, 2, 3, 4. The stars at night are big and bright. You're in the heart of Texas. Hell yeah! You can't tell by the way I talk that you sure as hell better check the way I walk. I'm living my own solid way. Just beginning to scratch the surface of our ride. Standing tall for the river. The lone star shines and flies alone. The only place that we call home. Everything is big about you? Pour me a fucking Jaeger bomb. Fuck that, I got whiskey, let's mix this shit. From the east to the south. Now my friends lay me down to sleep. A fifth of whiskey down by my feet. If I should die before I wait, tell everyone that I tried the street. Just another night in the Lone Star State. Next up on me, only comers from hell. Drink for free, respect, where we come from. Respect, the ground that we walk on. That's the place we go. Everything is bigger in Texas. Loaded double barrel, blow you to pieces. Everything is bigger in Texas. Loaded double barrel, blow you to pieces. Just as closer to hell we stand. This is our God-given promised land. The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. We respect the land that we come from. It's the place we go. We respect the ground that we walk on. It's the place we go. Don't fuck with Texas. Woo!
So don't fuck with Texas.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd have to say that
That's
both of those fucking gave me hip hop and metal on the full fucking fuck you of Texas.
Hip Hop Anonymous?
Hip hop anonymous? Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck, you always give him the easy ones.
Nah, man, like I really do, dude. I just fucking and I know it's not everybody's thing. I get it, dude. But there's just so much, dude. Like, there's so much culture to Texas that I know damn well that fucking
The majority of, if I gave you a Texas twofer, I know the majority of the audience would want me to come back with some ZZ Top or something like that. But
oh yeah, and I mean, I gotta say, like, hey, look, dude, there's no denying that fucking
yeah, nothing against
No.
the grunge. But
No, I mean, absolutely. But hey, look, dude. You know what? Actually, funny story on that. Before I shaved my fucking beard, right? So at work, I wear a little. I mean, I guess what would be best described as a do-rag, right?
right, yeah.
And I I had that, and I had my beard going, and fucking this guy goes, "Hey man, anybody told you today that you really remind me? You really remind them of that guy from Led Zeppelin?" And I was just like, "All right, man, cool,
Led
right?"
Zepp-
So I didn't think about it. I was just kind of like, "All right," and it's a guy that I don't really know very well, right? So like I only talked to him in passing, right? And I was just like, "Oh, cool, man," and just kind of went about my business. About 5 minutes later, I was like, "Oh fuck, dude, he just doesn't know classic rock. He meant ZZ Top." And that's what he meant, was that fucking old boy with this white fucking do-rag on and the beard, and I was like, "Oh." And so like later on we're leaving work and
Hey, Texas and Led Zeppelin.
nothing. There's nothing in there's not a common thread in there.
ZZ Top and
Except for
Led
that
Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin may have stolen some of their tunes from people from Texas, right? Like,
Sure, yeah, good.
that's about it.
Right.
And,
And Yeah. Texas and Britain couldn't be further from each other, but yeah.
Oh yeah. No, like on morals, philosophy, fucking anything. Yeah, anything. We're very far from each other. But it was funny because we were actually like we're standing at the gate, like leaving for the day, and I was like, "Hey, bro," and he's like, "Yeah, what's up, man?" And I was like, "Hey, you meant ZZ Top?" And he's like, "Do what?" And I was like, "Yeah, Led Zeppelin's from Britain, and none of them have beards. You're talking about ZZ Top," and he's like, "Oh, yeah, ZZ Top." And I was like, "All right, dude, take care, man."
Right.
Like, fucking, that was it.
Tush and Dazed and Confused are fucking miles from each other.
Yeah, like, come on, man. What the fuck are you talking about? But it was just fucking hilarious, dude.
That shit's funny, man. Oh,
Dude,
man.
I was fucking cracking up, dude. It really was. But I mean, really, dude, I think there's a certain culture about fucking Texas that like nobody will ever fucking understand unless you've ever lived there, dude. Like it really.
I mean, like even me, just being a Southerner, I know that there's a certain aspect of Texas that's like I won't understand if I'm not there for any given period of time.
No, I mean, dude, there's like, but it's cool too.
There's a lot of Southern culture that it's like, okay, yeah, I get that. Like, I get where that comes from, but I don't
Texas is in the South, but it's not the South. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's.
No, you got the Tex-Mex influence. You've got the pretty much the bridging point between you guys, between where I come from in the southern states.
Georgia and Louisiana. Like, I mean, if you like,
and not only that, but bridging the gap with like New Mexico and Arizona and shit as well. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, but what's funny is, dude, is even while I was in the military, right? Like, I would, there was a guy from Ohio that I was good friends with, right? But he would like always give me shit about being from Texas, right? And I was like, but here's the deal. Everybody
all Tex.
And I was no, but I would always say, I would always be like, hey, listen, no matter what kind of shit you talk and about our pride, right? About being from Texas, real quick, sometimes you kind of wish you were from Texas, right? And he was like, all right, I'll give you that. He's like, I'll give you that. He was like, yeah, no, because he was like, sometimes I just kind of wonder what that's like, right? And I was like, yeah.
Like people here, like I'm from Atlanta, and I'm like, no, man, like, yeah, like, they know popular rap culture of like that. It was like the first time Atlanta was
but like the guys in Atlanta nowadays are wearing dresses.
Yeah, not really.
No, but they are though. They do that. They got dresses.
Not really though.
They're from Atlanta though.
Yeah, but that's all record shit. Like that's the new crunk because
that's fine.
Okay, no. Here's what it is that
dudes in Atlanta are wearing dresses on a regular basis now, as far as hip hop goes.
That greater Atlanta shit is about, and that's the kind of shit that like people like Outkast and Lil Jon fucking hit the. I'm not gonna do a whole fucking bit on this. I'm just quick. Is that was this outrageous culture, right? Like that's where I come from. Like
how fucking crazy is it though that you could have like fucking Andre 3000, right? And could be in like goofy, weird colored shirts and like a fucking collared, like weird, fucking crazy.
Like Andre 3000 wrote the book and basically
he wrote the book on being different,
right?
And then somebody else took it in and was like, "I'll be so different. I'm gonna wear a dress."
That's what I'm saying. That's not Atlanta. Atlanta is what it is with Andre 3000. And they took what Andre 3000 did and go,
made it gay.
This is Atlanta, so this is the kind of shit that we're doing now.
Yeah, no, they made the homeless strip clubs okay for dudes too.
As industry standard, not as the way it really is. You understand?
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not arguing that. Yeah, I mean, no doubt. I mean, like, but there is like, it's just this weird fucking thing where like, it's like you took a dude who's like the lyrical fucking god, right? Like, I mean, there's nobody's fucking arguing that. Like, if you ever fucking want to tell me, like, even here we go. Like, first of all, I'll say in my top 5 hip hop songs of all time, fucking Elevators is probably one of my top 5 of all time. And even then, I'll tell you, like, before anybody ever even starts talking, just the boom, 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 like that fucking beat right there already had me like, and I can do the whole fucking song like right now because that was like I grew up on that. I was like fucking 11 years old and was like, oh, dude, 1 for the money, yes, 2 for the show. A couple of years ago, long hair and then the low. No, I mean, like, it's a fucking.
I mean, like that whole style was so original, and that's why.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, there was nothing. I mean, dude, the AT aliens, like, it was a fucking whole different deal. Like, it was built on something that was nobody knew of. Nobody even understood what they were doing until it became fucking elite. You know what I mean?
I knew that album dropped when I was in 6th grade, and fucking the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like this. Or anything else that I ever
did. Adjudicator writing rhymes, trying to find our spot off in that light up in that spot. Knowing that we can rock, doing the hole in the wall clubs. This shit here must stop. Like Breeze, we making the crowd move, but we not making no G's, and that's a no.
A 1-2, dope niggas in the Cadillac, they call us. Went from plaguers ball to boss, putting the South up on the map. It's like Little Rock to banging. Niggas say motherfuck that plaguing. They paying, we staying legging vocals, locales done. Made it with them big boys up in this industry. Outcast, yeah, them niggas they making big noise. Over 1 million sold to this day. Niggas they take it like they 96 gon' be that year that out. Y'all plaguers haters can bite me. Around this bitch,
your mama and your cousin too, rolling down the strip on poles, coming up slamming Cadillac doors. Me and you, your mama and your cousin too, rolling down the strip on poles, coming up slamming Cadillac doors.
Like that shit is unheard of.
No, dude, it was, and that's the thing is like, dude. I mean, people don't understand. That was classic. It was so fucking beautiful.
And you can look at it like however you want to, you know, because everybody. I tell you what, I was listening to Jim and Sam this morning, and they talked briefly. So I went and looked up the video that they were talking about. But it's like this black guy that's listening to the first, like it was done like within the past year. You know, I think it's like a 9 or 10 month old video. But it's those reaction videos where I generally don't like those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like listening. The only ones that I've watched have been like guys that are hip hop heads watching a metal video, or guys that are metal heads watching a hip hop.
So this was a guy. This is a black guy.
Songs.
Right. This is a black guy that was listening to Rage Against the Machine for the first time and fucking played the whole album, you know.
Okay.
So
all right.
He went through every track, you know, a good little bit of like every track on that first Rage album. And it's the first
but wait, are we talking like which Rage album? Are we talking like the Battle for LA, or are we talking like Evil Empire, like the first?
No, we're talking about the Monk Burning album, Killing in the Name, Know Your Enemy.
No, that's the Battle for Los Angeles. Yeah.
No, that's not Battle for Los Angeles. That was their last.
Or is that the self-titled?
Self-entitled. Yeah.
All right, yeah, it might be. Yeah. No,
so anyway, and this is his first time seeing it, and he's just like, damn. And you can see him grooving to fucking Tom Morello's guitar work too, you know. But it's like, here's the thing that got brought up, and they didn't even go over the video other than mention it. So I went immediately and like looked at the video that they were talking about, but they didn't play it or comment on it on the radio show. So I went and looked at it, and I'm like, and then I went back and heard, you know, I paused the radio show and then went back and listened to it, and they were talking about like, no, that's the point. Like, I don't like reaction videos either that much, you know. I think it's kind of a redundant thing, and I know that's a whole deal for.
I only like reaction videos of somebody who genuinely doesn't understand what it is they're watching. I do enjoy those sometimes. I will say.
Right, exactly. So the point being is like when you listen to something for the first time, like even though it's like, yeah, okay, I heard this fucking, 20 years ago for the first time. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like that's a long time ago for me. Like that's a whole other lifetime ago for me. But when one of the guests that they had on the show was like, the appeal of that is that those people that really like that is like, you remember, like, even though that might be 20 years old to you at this point, you remember where you were and what you did and what the room smelled like and everything. Like, there's nothing, I've told this story on the show before, but like my Slipknot story is like nothing will compare to that for me as far as the overall impact about what that was for me, because you gave an extreme sense of personal shit that went into that for me. Yeah. And what led to me holding the first Slipknot record in my hands and playing that in my room by myself after, my stepdad went on a drunken rage and fucking destroyed my guitar and my fucking CD player and half my CDs and all that shit.
Yeah.
And Slipknot album was one that like my buddy was telling me about, like, you gotta hear this. And it had just came out. This was still 99.
Yeah.
They had just come off of Ozfest.
Which is hilarious because I didn't actually even start liking them until like 2004.
Okay. But yeah. But like I said, like and it was like 2 months after I had gotten that when I saw them open live, and Kitty opened up for him.
Okay.
January of 2000. I'll never forget it. But like my stepdad destroyed my whole room. He went on some drunken rampage, destroyed, like, fucked my guitar up, fucked my CDs and my CD player up, and destroyed my whole room over something that I didn't even do. And, like, my mom made him go out and fucking buy me all new shit or whatever. And I remember the only fucking album that I put on the list of, like, hey, he's going to replace your CDs, write down what was fucked up or whatever, and y'all go out to the mall and get it or whatever.
Yeah.
Only one that I put on there that I didn't have before was the first Slipknot record, because my buddy had told me about it, and I went and I put it on after like a day or two after dealing with all of that shit, at 14 years old. And I put it on and I was just fucking just taken aback. Like, there's like nothing that will replace hearing that for the first time.
Well, no, I mean,
circumstances.
I gotta say, dude, I think one of the most beautiful things is like Slipknot. I think one of the things that I'm actually typing it in right now to fucking look at it, but it's one of those things that like I've always liked metal, right? But I also really hated trendy shit, right? And Slipknot, when it first came out, really seemed trendy to me. It really did. It didn't seem, and the reason being was for the same reason that I wasn't a fan of ICP right off the bat. For the same reason that I fucking didn't like Kiss, right? Like things like that. Like it seemed to me like really trendy as soon as they put on the mask.
I think you're to take up for all of those bands, whether they deserve, some of those bands deserve it and some of them don't. I think what you really mean is,
I based it off of Guar. I'll tell you that.
No, and Guar especially.
Yeah.
Like these are definitely not what I would call trendy bands, but what they are is
niche bands.
Novelty niche bands.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they've got a certain novelty aspect about them, but
Yeah,
if
but
you
but I would say that I would say after listening to fucking Slipknot, after listening to Stone Sour, after listening to just Corey Taylor in general, I'd have to say like, nah, dude. I mean, it's probably one of the most talented dudes I've ever seen in metal, and I mean as far as a mind. I don't mean as I mean, yeah, there's probably better vocalists, there's probably better guitar players, things like that, but I just mean in general as far as a mind and somebody who can like discuss things philosophically through their fucking words. That was one of the best things I ever heard.
we talked last episode about like Korn and Limp Bizkit. We played a lot of new metal stuff like that, but like that first Slipknot record was one of the last great records. I think Ross Robinson did a few Deftones records after that were very good, well produced albums and sounded very.
No, but I mean, dude, still to this day, fucking Sulfur is one of my favorite songs in the world. Like, yeah.
Sulfur, like I love singing that song.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I think that like the whole fucking like you don't really know where you stand, and I don't want to fucking ruin it. Like, hey, look, dude, if you don't know the fucking song, go look it up on YouTube and fucking look.
Taylor writes a lot of fucking great.
Yeah.
No. Right here, this like to be able to go from that guttural fucking shit into like this is where all of this shit was honed for Corey Taylor too. Like people thought Wait and Bleed, where it was like oh well, it's got this hard shit and all of the instruments were involved in that, but like it was like I felt the heat.
No, I'll tell you right now.
This is projecting that fucking like it's projecting on every level the angst, hatred, and melody that is unmatched. But sorry,
right.
what were
here. I will actually request because you get to do the fucking songs. Here's the only time I'll ever do this. I want to hear fucking the chorus of Spit It Out, like when Spit It Out, when he starts yelling, and then I want to hear the start of Vermilion 2, which is basically an acoustic.
Yeah.
It just to show the fucking vocal diversity of fucking Corey Taylor.
Okay, but we did definitely, because this is Sulfur is a perfect example of
yeah, absolutely,
within one song. So I'll play this chorus first. Breathing and sulfur. That shit, I'm telling you,
dude. Nah, dude. I mean, it really is. I've played songs like for Sam and like before, because Sam only knew Slipknot. She didn't really know who Stone Sour was.
Right.
And so it was like I'd play fucking. So when I was like, well, no, that's the same singer, and she's like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, no. And then I'm like, no, that's my man crush right there.
Dressed in all of me, stretched across my shame, all the torment and the pain leaked through and covered me. I'd do anything ever to myself, just to have it for myself. Now I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do when she makes me sad.
I'm telling you, dude. Fucking
Yeah, no, that's a
And-
vocalist to the fucking like.
Did you never give a damn in the first place? Maybe it's time you were the tables turn. Cause in the interest of all involved, I got the problem solved. Yeah, no count late, I'm away, man. I try, stop, drop, and roll. You were dead from the get go, pin mouth, but literal profanity, it's back. Back. Get out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All you wanna do is step me around. Back. Get out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All you wanna do is step you out.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
dude,
that's the same man. That's
we-
fucking. That's beautiful. I mean, it really is, dude. Like when you're in like.
I'll
look,
tell you
dude,
what really hit home to me was when Snuff came out.
Oh
like,
yeah, dude. Snuff
I mean,
is fucking beautiful, dude. Like,
Snuff, like Snuff was the first time because I got kind of not upset, but you know, when Corey started doing Stone Sour again and
Yeah.
stuff, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, like this is kind of taking a different turn, and once again, like it was like I definitely respect the guy, but I was like, this is not how I like my Corey Taylor, you know.
yeah,
Same-
this is what I want.
right, this is not what I want out of my Corey Taylor.
Yeah,
but
be who I want you to be, Corey Taylor.
but
Yeah.
music, no, not necessarily.
No,
but
but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
but musically as well, when I was like, okay, this kind of shit is turning up on Slipknot albums, and I got that from Vermillion too, which we just played.
Yeah.
You know, like there was a handful of that was starting to take precedent within Slipknot's music, and I went and I doubled down on my Slipknot bullshit, where I was like, look, this is not necessarily how I prefer my Slipknot, but it is dark. It's melodic. These slower tunes are very well written, and they are melodic, and not necessarily the way I prefer my quote Slipknot, but they're dark enough to where it's like, no, I respect this because it's still like, it's still in the same, it's something that musicians won't understand, or people that aren't musicians won't understand, but like, it's still done in the same, like, drop B, like fucking just
It's
heavy.
also very much the same. Like anybody that's ever dealt with philosophy, anybody that's ever dealt with anything like that, you'll understand where it hits. It hits the same chord. And
Right.
and I actually just sent you a link on Messenger. It's Corey Taylor doing Through the Glass, and it's acoustic, and it's just Corey Taylor. There's nobody else there. It's him and a guitar. And I'll tell you right now, dude, like I appreciated him through Slipknot. I appreciated him partly in Stone Sour. But I watched that performance that I just linked you in Messenger, and I was like, no, this dude's a fucking master. Like, I mean, like he really fucking did.
Don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, you all right? Was that you? Let's start this over. Calm down. I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever. No one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. And all I know is that it feels like forever. No one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head.
No, I've fronted bands and stuff like that before, and I can do that stuff, but I don't have the talent. Like I'll be the first.
Dude, and he gets to the end, and you know the fucking like when he gets to the end, he hits that high note, right? Where he's like,
yeah, right. Like don't
and
get
he
me wrong,
does
like,
it perfect live.
I can
which is
do
beautiful.
some of that. Like I can draw. I do have the power to like draw people in that capacity inside of a musical capacity.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not trying to like big up myself, but like that's like I am the same type of dude that I can draw out like you know that I'm feeling every fucking
Yeah.
word I'm saying. I am that guy, you know.
Yeah,
So it's
and when
not,
you can get to the end of it, and there's a certain point where you're like, no, dude, like, here's the thing that I think that people have lost, and the younger generation has lost on things. And actually, you know what, dude, I had a special moment with my stepdaughter today, which is going to be hilarious because the moment that we had was, me, her, and George Carlin, right?
okay.
And it was literally me playing the fucking bit from George Carlin from his last stand up of him fucking talking about, like, you know, they got the mini marts next to the you know what I mean, and it's just fucking the mini mart next to the, you know, the shopping mall, and they got the shopping mall with the fucking, and he just starts going off, and it just, and then when he comes to the end of it, he's like, no, because they don't want you to be intelligent. They don't want a large group of critically thinking, fucking rational fucking people that can figure out that they're getting fucked. And it's one of those things, though, that she's like listening to it, and she was like, she goes, you've been telling me this for like 3 or 4 years.
It's like,
and I was like, yeah.
2008. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I was like, I have. And she was like, but it's so crazy because he's old and he knows this, right? And most old people just accept that, right?
No,
and I was like, nah.
Not the way it is. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I was like, listen, sweetheart. I was like, I got to be honest with you. I was like, George Carlin taught me everything I know. All right?
Right.
Like, even the things that I don't know that I learned from George Carlin, I'm telling you right now, I learned from George Carlin when I was about 11 years old, you know? And, And that's the thing. Like, even if George Carlin didn't teach it to me, he gave me the avenue to go down to learn it.
Sure, absolutely, 100%.
And so it's one of those things that it was like, it was just beautiful, me and her talking about it, because it was like this is what's going on, you know. And she's going into high school next year. She'll be in 9th grade next year, and so she's like, she's at that point where she. Yeah, I mean, she's at that point where she's like, well, I don't need to learn how to change oil. Or, well, she was until the last time me and her just changed oil. I just taught her how to change oil 2 weekends ago. And she was like, before that, she was like, well, I don't need, there's apps that I can use for that. And I was like, really? You think there's an app for that?
Right.
I mean, and she got to the point to where it was like, no, she learned it. And then she was like, hey, thank you. You know what I mean?
You can watch all the shit you want to, and don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna act like that those aren't like valued fucking things in this day and age, because they absolutely are. Yeah. However, you really do have to, like, you can't just watch the videos. You got to get your hands dirty on.
No, you got to do it. You got to do it. And you don't. I mean, as much as many videos that you watch, you have to. You have to be willing to get in there and do it, or you'll never fucking know.
You have to physically apply it to whatever it is.
Yeah. Hey, dude, OJT is the best thing in the world. On the job training, baby. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I've said that for years. You know, talking like, hey, when I get to the point where I'm supposed to be hiring people, I would rather take the person that already knows about the job and
give me a dude that's never had any college, but he's done the job for 3 years.
Absolutely, I'll take that guy over fucking Mr. College Degree cocksucker
every day, all day. Yeah,
absolutely. But that's, I don't know, that just reaches out into so many different aspects of life too. You know, it's just it's there's so much of this that just feels like, whether it's economic or creative or whatever it is, just feels like a lost art form. You know what I mean? Like, going back to like what we were talking.
I mean, what's crazy is and to bring what you're saying right there on to a philosophical level and a fucked up, troubled way of looking at the fucking world is that feelings, like actual feelings, not whiny bitch fucking somebody hurt my feelings type of shit. But I mean, I like
feelings. No, they very hurt, very hurt.
Like so passion really would be a better way of describing what that is.
110%.
Passion is something that is long gone. And at least from our society today, I'm not saying that it's long gone, because everybody really, I would say that the argument is that the reason that there's so much animosity, the reason that people are so drawn up, that they're so angry about things, is because of the fact that passion has been sucked out of their lives and they want it so
But
bad.
anything that could be passed off as passion is really faked. It's really
No, I mean it's really just flash and glamour. Hey, look, dude. Hey, listen, just to quote just to go back to some good old country music, everything that glitters ain't gold, dude. And
Right.
you need a little bit of real substance. And we don't have a lot of that anymore.
No, yeah, the substance is gone, but
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like
your gangsters are wearing fucking dresses at this point. You know what I mean?
Right. And
That's
and
a
I
fucking
guess
problem.
that's a real fucking pivotal point for us tonight, especially in the discussions that we've had tonight. Is that that whole passion set point, where it's like, well, I mean, you can say what you want to, but we're really not trying to like separate ourselves from the herd or act like we're special or whatever, but it's like that's just the dudes that we are, where it's like, I wasn't like an emo kid as much as it was like, no, I got fucking passion and balls and fucking shit behind what I'm trying to do here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I express myself creatively. I've never been anywhere other than that. Like that's my gimmick, I express myself creatively. So what might be sort of looked at or masked as like emo type shit or whatever that I have going on for myself is like, no, I have to express myself artistically, creatively. Like that's in my blood. That's what I do. So whether it's this radio show, or I want to pick up my guitar, or I want to fucking go sing karaoke half drunk at a fucking bar somewhere, or whatever it is, like I do all those things. But that's how I got to get my my poison out. I got to get my poison out that way. And it's few and far between nowadays, but it's also like that's you gotta indulge that within yourself. Like, don't be one of these fuckers. Just don't, and you think about this immensely when you are raising children too, where it's like, what kind of kids do I? And it's like, no, fuck the world. Like, if I get upset with my kids because I'm going
Everything
like,
you got to work hard for it. Yeah.
right. But I get upset at my kids because I'm like, look, man, if you pay attention to me now, you don't have to pay attention to me later. I don't have to fucking give you a lot of shit later, because once you get to that place I'm trying to get you to, you can go pursue your own shit.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing that I'll tell my son. The same thing that I tell like my stepkids and my own kids is that, listen, I am not here to fucking help you through life. I'm here to teach you how to live without me.
Right.
And that's something that fucking, look, dude,
That's crazy, by the way. First off.
No, I mean, it was given to me by the fact that fucking my parents were dead. But it's not it's one of those things that it's like, listen, I'm not always going to be here.
Right.
And my job is not to teach you, or is not to take care of you. My job is to teach you how to live without me.
Well, for me
the more
personally,
independent you are, the more successful I am as a parent.
no, absolutely. And it's like, dude, take care of your own shit. And there's another part of me that, like, you guys have heard me say it plenty of times before too, where it's like, I'm not here for your entertainment. Like if you guys are fucking quote unquote bored, you don't know what fucking bored is. You got so much shit that like we never had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what was, if you were bored, you probably went downstairs. And
constant entertainment is not fucking
exactly. And it's like, oh, that's not my job, man. Like, fucking figure it out. Don't get me wrong. If you want me to be involved with something, I've got no problem in that. But my fucking issue is not to entertain you. So don't be crawling up our ass like you're fucking bored or something. You know what I mean? And you go, oh, I'm so bored. Are you?
Do it.
You've got shit that was at your disposal that was never allotted to me. Just through the basis of fucking the years that have passed in technology. Like, you've got everything you ever want at your fingertips, way more than I ever did. So I don't know what you fucking really mean by when you say I'm fucking bored. You know,
Yeah.
I sorry, I
You
don't
don't know
get
what fucking bored is.
right.
Yeah. No, I mean, it really is, man. I mean, there's a certain point that it just, I think that fucking, I mean, I don't want to be one of those guys that's like, I'm not a fucking prepper. You know what
But
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
we're-
that's not
yeah,
who the
we're
fuck
the
I
last-
am.
We're the last of the old school, though. You know what I mean? Like we are the
Yeah.
remnants, and we're
Well,
definitely.
I mean, I think there's something
We're
that fucking we need to realize, and
But we're definitely nowhere near where our fathers and grandfathers are. But we are the last of that breed.
no, I mean, I gotta tell you, I think we are. I think we're above that. I think we're beyond that, because I think that here's the deal. Like,
we have to integrate.
We constantly look at our fathers and our grandfathers as being like, oh man, they went through this and they went through that. And I think when it really comes down to it, they never went with the evident tyranny and the evident fucking the evident control that we have went through. They've never fucking faced that. They didn't. They fucking thought that while they were going through what they were going through, they literally thought their government was their friend. And that's not a fucking, like, even people that didn't trust the government, all right? Even your grandparents and parents that didn't trust the government completely thought that they may. Here's the deal. Before us, they thought government was just incompetent. They didn't think that fucking the government, their whole, like, yeah, they didn't know that it was nefarious. Like, it was literally trying to fool you. They were intentionally looking stupid. And here's the thing. We know that they are now. We know that that's the case at this point.
110%.
And so when it comes down to this, it's like, no, look, we know at this point. We know now that they're trying to fool you. They're intentionally trying to trick you.
Everybody goes like, you know, my mother fucking. I remember. I just got up a memory that I fucking don't. I just remember. I've had it in passing over the past couple years, but I've never brought it up on the show. But like, I remember going into a voting booth with my mother for the first time, and it was at our elementary school, and you know, she was like, "What do you think?" Our governor at the time was Zell Miller in Georgia, and he was a Democrat. And like, you know,
I've heard the name.
What do you think? Has he done a good job? You know, whatever. You know, and like, you know, my brother's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "I don't know who that motherfucker is," you know, or whatever. But of course, alluding to the very end of the show.
What's up, big dog? No, it's all good, man. I'm actually going to take a piss while you boys talk it out for a second.
What's up?
I said I'm going to take a piss while you boys keep doing exactly what you're doing.
But anyway, just to tell that story very quick, was like, you know, and it's like everybody's a fucking Democrat until they get enough money and then they become a Republican. But if you're a free-thinking individual throughout the whole fucking business, then you don't have to play that fucking game with yourself as it goes on down the line. But I don't know what's going on, Lee.
Yeah, brother, you know, I'm hearing you guys, and you're striking a chord with me, man. You're striking a chord, because I mean, you know, Zach's absolutely right. Our fathers and forefathers never, you know, I'm not saying 4 or 5 fathers. I don't know what y'all got going on there, but you know, our fathers and grandfathers never, you know, had to face the in your face BS that we're facing today. I mean, it's
or it just wasn't that prevalent in your face. You know what I mean? It was
maybe it wasn't, but then again, you know, I mean, sometimes a coon dies underneath their porch, and maybe it takes you 6 months to figure it out. Maybe it takes you a year, but damn it, you still smell it, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what a dead black man underneath your porch smells like. So
that's the most racist thing I've heard today. Good Christ. Will you go give me a beer, please? That's so absolutely horrible. But, you know, God damn it, Trevor, when we get coons on the back porch, Mom just takes them off with the broom. You know what I'm saying? We didn't leave them to die.
I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker.
Damn.
I know. I'm not the one that brought the motherfucker up. That's all I'm saying. But no, I definitely hear what you're saying on that. But it's just like, we are forced to have that information at our fingertips, and we hold ourselves to that higher standard, going like, no, we actually know, so we know better. And
those of us who are out here and trying to make a conscious effort to make this world a better fucking place. Holy crap. Shoot us the fucking the street right now because we're trying to make a fucking difference.
But that's right. Like, yeah, not only that, like, we're looked at as pariahs in a modern day society. Like, you guys are fucking dreamers. Like, how much we have to hear that, like, our fucking way of thinking is like never how it's gonna be, and if you're compliant with X, Y, and Z, if you vote like this or don't vote at all or whatever, you know what I mean?
Anarchists, you guys are just a bunch of savages. No, hang on here, simpleton. Come on now.
Hey, how about I keep what I keep off the money that I make, and everybody leaves me alone?
What? That's too logical and reasonable, Trip. Man, we can't do that nowadays.
That really is almost their argument, where it's like, well, how does this get done? Or what do we do about the roads?
Well, it's called get up off your ass and do something about it your goddamn self. I mean, Jesus Christ, hard work seems to be just so out of reach. And I'm not talking about hard work. I'm even talking about math, With these people, math seems to be just this debilitating thing that they just cannot do. Like me doing a marathon, it's not going to friggin' happen. But, I mean, come on.
It's just kryptonite to modern day society. No, absolutely, dude. And that's the other thing about that whole aspect of it, too, is going like, look, the emotional responses to all that is involved with a lot of that is asinine. It really is. It's just
asinine's a good word. Yeah, thank you. I was searching for a word. You got it.
It's just truly crazy to think that, like, people have this notion of like, oh, sorry, no, logistics are out of the question because that's not the world that we live in nowadays. Like, so it's
no. Somebody owes me something, so fuck your logistics.
Not even. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna argue that that's the way a lot of people treat that. But in all, like, say you're dealing with rational human beings, okay? Like,
okay. Well, I can name 545
let's throw in this
of
imaginary
those people
world.
that do this. 545 of those people that do the same thing, man. You ain't got to name LaQuisha or LaConta or whatever. I don't even know what the fuck you people come up with some names for your kids nowadays. But Jesus Christ, man. I'm sure they're beautiful kids and all that, but shit. I mean,
sure
name some names that I can pronounce. I mean, maybe it's just me being selfish. But no, these kids... Still and yet, I can name 545 of the biggest welfare whores in the fucking country right now, okay? Right now. And they are your congressmen, your senators, and your judiciary committee. Oh, your president, too. Yes, that's right. All the biggest suit dummy welfare whores. A friend of mine posted on Facebook earlier today, said, hey, man, need to know how to make $1 million really quick. Legit or unlegit? I don't know. I was like, shit, politician seems to be the fastest way to make $1 million in this country right now.
Yeah, no shit.
And that's not a joke.
No.
It's that's the most horrible thing about it. You can make a career faster lying to people. Well, and taking their money as a suit wearing welfare whore. and that's what all they are. I'm sorry if y'all want to call those people that have a bunch of kids and all that other shit and live off the state's teat. You want to call them welfare whores? I'm sorry. Let's call the welfare whores who they are, because it's the suit dummy wearing muffs up there. It is.
If you really want to go into it, I mean, like, I've got the numbers in front of me for the fiscal year of 2000.
This is why I love Zach Odom,
for
because he is on
2017.
top of the fucking case, man.
And here's the deal. Fucking for the fiscal year of 2017, fucking 8% of what we paid in taxes went to welfare. 25% went to the pension of the United States government. To the pensions of the fuckers that we're paying. So the true welfare whores can't be the people that can't fucking the people that are getting welfare. It's got to be the motherfuckers that are getting the real welfare.
If I'm lying, I'm dying.
Yeah, you're goddamn right.
I tell you what is probably the most intellectual, and it just aired tonight on Fox News. Probably the most.
Oh no! Wait a minute! You can't say intellectual on Fox News in the same sentence.
No, I can't.
It can't happen. Come on.
Just hear me out.
Come on, dude. You're bending the laws of physics here.
No, it's okay.
It's quantum physics.
Lee. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. I think we can all agree. So it's like, I give credit where credit's due, and like when it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's fucking right.
You're fucking around on that 24-hour clock. You know what I mean?
The most intellectual thing that I heard out of Trump's mouth probably in the past handful of
Einstein's cock.
But it sounds like a grindcore band. That's yeah. By the way,
I totally want to name a band. I don't care if I'm playing country music at this point in time, man. I'm totally naming that. Go ahead, Trip. I know we're losing it, man. Go ahead.
The four horsemen will now form a super group known as Feinstein's cock.
No, Einstein's cock.
Yeah, no, wait, Feinstein's cock is
Feinstein's
beautiful.
Actually, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
It's got to be a grindcore death metal fucking just.
It's gonna sound like it's
partly
it's got to have them Indian overtones. You know,
it'll sound like anal cunt with a sitar. Okay.
There you go.
I knew I had Lee on that one. Dude, nothing makes me, you guys that can't see it, nothing makes me happier than to fucking drop a fucking dope ass line right in the middle of Lee taking
The coolest thing about a sitar is that Grateful Dead painting. That's about it.
But anyway, before we gotta wrap it up.
I agree with Zach.
Like the fucking most intelligent thing that I heard out of fucking Trump's mouth since God knows how long or when. But he said, talking about withdrawing troops from South Korea and going like, no, it costs a lot of fucking money and I want those guys home. And it's like, I've never said anything that's like anti, what we call on this show, turning the boat back towards Freedom Island. That is an aspect of turning the boat back towards Freedom Island. Fucking
pretty much.
These guys.
That's what we bitched about for years.
Right. Like Trump knows, he sees what the budget for, like, he wants to have a strong military, which, we can all argue about here, but it's also like, he also sees the fucking numbers above anything.
Well,
you know what I mean? So it's like,
you got to understand that no matter, Trump could cure cancer tomorrow and everyone would still hate him.
Yeah.
Right. That's a bullshit argument. I'm not fucking having those arguments with anybody anymore where it's like,
well, that's pretty much the truth of the matter. I mean, what has this guy done?
I'll applaud people when they do right, and I will fucking, if it's a smart move and something that quote unquote turns the boat back towards Freedom Island.
But I mean, let's be fair. I mean,
when they do that, and I will condemn them when they make a move that is not
The
applicable.
coolest thing that Trump has done, though, honestly, is fucking stop a nuclear war with the dude who's never really fucking done anything.
Right, and so well, no,
since the fucking Bay of Pigs, right?
No,
Well, I think the coolest thing that he's done is talk about how he's like getting ready to lax up on weed, but
I called.
you never know what.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be fucking awesome.
No. Good point. Hold on, Leah. Let me set that up right.
Go ahead, buddy.
Is that he originally said, and he's pissed off at Jeff Sessions, which is a great thing, et cetera, and also said like if they were to put a federal stipulation on what they've done with marijuana and fucking get rid of that whole prohibition standpoint from the federal level, he goes, yes, I would support that. And that was just said in passing during a news conference lately by Trump. So like that's obviously a good thing. A and B, going like, I do you want to crush everything out there, or do you want to make it palatable on this global scale? And I really do think that like whatever, you know what I'm saying? I really like that fucking Trump told the G7 to go fuck themselves, and it's
I kind of like that too.
These are like all these people that we've held in such shitty regard. Like, yes, Trump's our president now, so like there's a certain amount of just natural hateability that comes with that.
Yeah, because
like,
he is kind of an ass. I mean, I'd hate me if I were your president. I'll tell you that right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing, dude. Like, I think that there's a certain amount of things, like, when you start doing things that we believe that are all very, very, very controllable, all right? Like, the things, when you start making the things that are easily controllable, that do very little to actually have any financial ramification against the central banks, which I believe that we've all agreed are probably our real fucking supervisory
Yeah, and
power.
that's really what's going on too.
That's the problem. That's the problem with what we've held in regard.
No, and that's what I'm saying though. Is like, listen. He hasn't stopped bombing anybody. He actually continued bombing people that we all agreed that he shouldn't bomb people. Even before he got into the presidency, he agreed we shouldn't be bombing those guys.
You know what? We ain't been bombing nobody in North Korea. Just saying. Oh
no!
Oops.
Hey, you know what? I would say that North Korea is probably the smallest of it. The people that we've never bombed, that are the only people that have ever had any terroristic outside threat, was Saudi Arabia, and we still aren't going after them.
Because they give us money, man.
But here's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
we gotta fight. We gotta fight against the anti-Semites in Palestine. That's why Saudi Arabia.
This is the way I look at it. The reason that I won't praise Trump, and my main reason being, is because of the fact that, like, if I fuck you in the ass and give you a glass of water, I don't think that you should thank me for the glass of water.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's my biggest deal with it, is that I don't think that that's something that you see what I'm saying? Like, so, like, I get what he's doing. I get that. But all of the things that he's actually doing that are beneficial have very little ramification to the United States government whatsoever. They don't lose any money from them. They don't actually have any effect.
To the people that actually have to sit here and pay for the United States government, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's not. It's not going to make any difference on our lives whatsoever. The things that he's doing are going to make no difference. I mean, here's the deal: before he shook Kim Jong Un's hand, were we really that terrified that Kim Jong Un was going to bomb us nuclearly?
No. And they keep coming across the mainstream media talking about he got 50 nuclear warheads. But look, motherfucker, we invented Star Wars back in the day. I'm sorry,
dude. I mean, like, listen, dude. There's guys in Fifth Ward that have fucking 50 cals. I'm not worried that they're gonna fucking come over here and shoot me with them. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. So like I'm not. That's not a concern of mine. And so my thing is that like you shook Kim Jong Un's hand, and like now I will say the people that are like, oh fuck this son of a bitch. Now he just now he's the shit because he shook. I don't play to either side of that. I'm not gonna congratulate him, and I'm not gonna condemn him for it.
Guys, hold on. We're getting way off the fucking beaten path with this, but I understand where you're going with this.
We're right on the path. Yeah, but keep going.
No. But what I'm saying, like, to bring that all back around to center to what we were talking about, and I'm sorry because I know that you were fucking getting exactly to what the fuck we were trying to drive that point home with, which is that you know, it's like that's right up the alley of where we need to be, and
I mean, I just think that we're pleasing the right now.
Right, no,
and
exactly.
Too many people that lean to the right are now congratulating this man for doing something, whereas like we were condemning the people that were on the left for fucking getting happy about Obama.
2 months ago, they were chewing their ass for pleading to the left.
Right, but what I'm saying here is there's gonna be that's the inability to look at things logistically from both sides of the aisle, though, where we can go like, no, that's a good fucking deal. Like this is turning the boat back towards Freedom Island. So like I can applaud that while not being like a complete like, you know, Trumpanite. You know what I'm saying? Like I can applaud this while not having to, you know, rally the fucking troops when it comes to that.
And all I can say is, in my experience, is to be careful. Because
here's my thing, dude. I'm not gonna applaud it.
Wait, how long have you guys known me? All right, you guys know where I'm coming from. Where it's like,
I do know where you're coming from. I think.
Well, you know, I do.
I think that you are. I think you're letting your bias fucking make you happier about a situation than you should be.
I think you're more. I think you're more optimistic.
Hold on one time, guys. I can't hear.
I think you're more optimistic than you should be.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
That makes more sense. But I don't want to give any of that up. So it's like I don't want to condemn things that I feel are turning the boat back towards Freedom Island. So
I can't blame you for being optimistic.
I don't think that this has any. I don't think this makes anybody any freer. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't see how.
The long and the short of it, Zach, you're absolutely 100% right.
I don't see how this increases anybody's freedom whatsoever. That's what I'm saying.
This Kim Jong Un deal is definitely something that I can agree with you on when it comes to that. However, like it gives more legitimacy to what the overall picture is, if that makes any sense.
It gives more legitimacy to the fallacy that is government. That's what it is. It's like wait a minute, hoorah for us because we're making peace.
Right, quick. I want to be clear with this. Like, I'm not trying to give any more legitimacy towards government. I'm saying,
and I don't believe that at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not even kind of going down that road. I'm not.
That's
there's
what I'm
no.
saying.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying that you're.
No,
giving
I'm not saying
legitimacy to the
Trip
government.
is giving legitimacy. I'm just saying that's what a statement like that gives.
I am saying that fucking. You are giving false hope to yourself. I'm not talking about what your narrative is to people, because I don't think you have a narrative to anybody. I think that you're talking about what makes you more comfortable yourself. And what I'm saying is that I don't believe that anything that is happening, North Korea wasn't a threat before, is what I'm saying.
I understand.
And so to shake hands with a guy that's not a threat, doesn't solve a problem at all. Like the guy that wasn't like hold on, we just got done bombing fucking Syria, all right? The reason that we got done bombing Syria is because Syria, like fucking Gaddafi, like Saddam, like fucking everybody else, are people that were refusing to trade in United States dollars.
Right.
And so now what has happened is a guy in North Korea who would really, really, really love for the
Wait a
United
minute.
States
Those,
to let
those,
them in
those
on
of
their
us that
deal.
say that, those of us that say those words, we're conspiracy theorists, and we're not to be believed.
No,
Okay.
and here's what I'll say is to fucking everybody that would love to fucking call me a conspiracy theorist for what I'm saying, go back and watch every motherfucking show that I've ever been on here. And I'll tell you right now, I have never fucking said even things that Lee Peer, that man right there, has fucking said, nah, but I would say that this is the case. I'll tell you right now, I have never fucking subscribed to any conspiracy that I could not prove 100% on my own. Ever. And so, and even when I believed that was the case, I would say, hey, look, I think this might be the case, but I won't say that it's a fact because I can't prove it. And so what I'm saying right now is right now you've got a dude shaking hands with a guy who is from a fucking country that you have people trying to escape from that country with goddamn worms the size of human intestines.
So we're told.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, hey, dude, that dude that ran
So we're
across the
told.
DMZ to go to South fucking Korea, like,
Yeah.
that guy had worms inside of him the size of his goddamn intestines.
Dude, there are people in America that have worms and scabies inside of them right fucking
all right.
now. They
Well,
show
I'll
up at
say
the
this.
public
I'll say
fucking
this from
hospital
experience.
every day, bro.
But I will say this
You know?
from experience. I know at least 4 people that were stationed in Kunsan Air Base that have fucking in Kunsan Air Base is right there on the DMZ, and those guys right now will tell you that what you see on North Korean side and what you see on the South Korean side in Seoul is so much of a fucking difference. You would think it would be the difference between like Earth and death. Like, I mean, it is a fucking different world. And what I'm saying is that to shake the hands of a guy whose nation is literally starving, and to say like, oh, well, look, we're going through freedom. This guy is starving. The dude is starving. He knows that
Wait
right
a
now.
minute, wait a minute. What about the 184 million people starving in this country?
Oh, no.
Did that all of a sudden fucking stop? Because
hold on. Go back to what I'm saying. Hold on. Listen, let me finish my statement. Hold on. This is no disregard to the people that are starving here. What I am saying is that
I'm just saying
you're talking about a leader.
What fucking puppet needs to be up there to where all of a sudden we go, wait a minute, it's not the fucking puppet.
No. What I am saying is that Kim Jong-un right now is going to make a deal with fucking Trump because of the fact that if Trump goes, hey, listen, dude, we're going to back you guys now if you guys will only get rid of your nuclear weapons. All right, so if they can say that, he's going to go with anything. Kim Jong-un is going to go with anything to now get his guys in with the elite, all right? So now you get his guys in with the elite. What else do we... So
that is the narrative, but of course the mainstream narrative claims that.
And fuck the mainstream narrative.
They're just going to do it.
They're just going to do it. Have any fucking narrative of what I'm saying.
Well, it's just juxtaposition here, man. The mainstream narrative says that they're only going to do it just to get something for free. That's what they've been saying since it landed, man. I don't know whether or not these two motherfuckers are going to get up square on the deal. I ain't there. I don't care. To be quite honest, I don't care if they fucking launch nukes tomorrow and splatter us all over the fucking ground. All right.
Here's what I'll do. I'm saying
I can't control it.
Hold on.
I got more shit than I'm worried about as far as going to sleep. So I give it 15 minutes. I say we fucking. I say we cut in fucking Lee, you give me your opinion. Trip, you give me your opinion, and then I'll throw in my opinion and then we end the show.
Sounds good.
Deal.
Sounds
Lee,
like
you're at the point.
Well, my opinion is none of these motherfuckers care about any of us. And you all know this. There's no reason to placating the facade that they're going to keep doing in our best interest. It's time that you start thinking for yourself, man. If you can think for yourself, the better off that you are. The more dangerous you become in their eyes, I'll guarantee you that, but the better off that you are. And I'm glad that I have shows like Post Politics right here with Trip and Zach, who keep on generating constant thought. It's really not that hard, kids. It's called thinking. You don't have to automate it. You don't have to look down at your phone. You don't have to turn on your fucking television set for it. You can do it on your own. And boys, thank you for making that example prevalent to these youth these days, because these kids, they have no fucking direction, man. They don't.
Much lovely. Thanks, man.
Go.
Cheers, boys.
Okay.
Don't tune out yet. Stay here, bro.
Oh, I'm still here, man. I'm just gonna mute.
My final summation here is that whatever makes my life easier. I'm like I don't have to genuinely applaud the person. You know, I can just be like, you know, cool. Okay, this makes my life easier. You know, and I think that everybody that listens to the show on the reg, you know, knows that. Where it's like, I don't have to applaud somebody to be like, oh, this is a good, I can say that this is a good thing without bias, because I'm not, look, yeah, the Rocky bit, you know, hey, look, I'm not emotionally invested, okay?
You know, if life was easy, it wouldn't be life.
Right. Hey, you got some money? Pay me some money. You know? I'm not emotionally invested here, all right?
Hey, good fellas,
you know,
fuck you, pay me.
Right, fuck you, pay me. Yes, Paulie, fuck you, pay me. And some of these things that have happened have had good economic responses. And Zach and I historically are economic dudes. Okay, so what I'm saying is whatever yields good economic responses to the world that we live in is like, I can't fucking sit here and go like, you know, fuck Trump amongst all means because he's the president. And it's like, if his fucking executive orders and things that he's doing or whatever it is that's turning the boat back towards Freedom Island, I can fucking sit here and honestly say, without being a Trump supporter, going like, hey, that's a good fucking way about going about these things as a sitting president, you know. So like, I don't have to applaud the guy, but I don't have to like condemn him either, like in the same breath, by saying like, okay, well, guess what, getting the boot off of the neck of like small business owners has led to, you know, increased fucking great unemployment rates, and gotten people fucking at least a couple more bucks on their paycheck.
You know that people younger than us don't care about numbers, right?
I don't really give a fuck about that, you know. Like,
I know it's hard to let go.
Look, if they like, no, and it's not me being a statist at all. It's about like me going like, what's my take off of all this?
No, numbers is not statism, brother.
That's what I mean. Like, if my numbers fucking present a better standpoint than the guy that did it fucking 4 years ago, great. You know, great. You know, thanks. Like I don't need to praise somebody. I'm just saying like, this is a good thing that's going on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to praise the person. I just can go like, hey, this is a lot better of a job than fucking what we were dealing with a couple years ago. I hope that they can keep it up to make it as much of a stateless society as we can possibly hope for. Great.
But you know, brother, it's like I said, man, that motherfucker Trump right now could cure cancer tomorrow and everybody would have a fucking bitch, dude.
Like, I don't give a fuck about that stuff. Like,
no, wait a minute. 4 years ago, when Obama was still president, they would have done the same fucking thing. only, they would have said nigger a whole lot more.
The media presence has a lot to do with what's been going on the past handful of years too, and how all of that.
Isn't it really ridiculous at this point?
It really does construct the narrative of what the conversation as a nation is, though.
Be honest.
Yeah, but it's almost like Mother Goose is like writing the narrative. You know what I'm saying?
I think I have a lot less faith in all of this shit than both of you do. And my whole deal is like, look, the way I look at this shit is that I don't give a fuck if Trump shakes hand with the next guy that was going to drop the nuke, and he fucking drops that. That's not a big deal anymore. I'm not going to drop the nuke. When it really comes down to it, the biggest thing that fucking that turns this world, the biggest thing that anybody gives a fuck about at all is power. And if you drop a nuke, if you drop a fucking nuke on any nation here, that nation doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist for you even. It doesn't even exist for the motherfucker that dropped that nuke, because you don't have that nation for another fucking 20 years. You can't move a motherfucker in there. So when it really comes down to it, all that matters is fucking power. All that fucking matters is power. And when it comes down to it, those guys just want power. They're trading power, and they're trading power on the backs of motherfuckers that work. And so when it comes down to it, these motherfuckers do not work. Government doesn't work. They don't do a goddamn thing. They're a glorified fucking middleman. And
right quick, I get that, dude. But what I'm also saying is like, power matters to them. What matters to us is not having our wallets fucking stuck in dicks and
Trump has not taken less from my fucking wallet.
Right.
Trump hasn't taken less from my wallet.
Like what matters to us is making sure that we can fucking get by, and fucking we've got enough to take care of what we got to take care of.
There hasn't been a cent less since Trump got into fucking office. I'm still waiting, because Trump got into office and he owns the fucking Senate.
Wait. You still got gas prices down there, right?
Yeah, we still got them, and they're fucking expensive as fuck.
That nigga's still taking his.
And so what I'm saying is, no, but hold on though. Like, let me finish my piece. All right, like, we've got Trump's in. He's a Republican. They own the House. They own the Senate. There is no fucking debate against anybody. If you ask a fucking Republican, should taxes be lowered? Yeah. Well, then why the fuck is it that we've got Trump in fucking office, but taxes haven't been lowered 1 cent? Not 1 cent. Not one bit. Not one little fucking tiny bit.
We gotta get that wall.
Same amount. The same amount. But no, we go shake hands with the dude who has been threatening fucking with the nation that's been talking about fucking dropping nukes for the past 30 fucking years since I've been alive, and has never dropped one. That guy, right?
Can I say one sentence?
You can,
real quick?
but hold on. Everybody got their shit. Let me finish mine. I said 15 minutes. We ain't even hit that shit yet. So really quick, nobody has fucking touched that. What it comes down to is that nobody is, like, at this point, we've got an all Republican Congress in the Senate and the House. We've got Trump in there as well. No money has been reduced from what is normally taken from us. It's still being taken. But because this dude shakes some dude's hand in a fucking nation we ain't ever seen, while he's bombing nations we ain't never seen, we're going to sit here and act like this guy is taking us closer to freedom, and he's not. He's not. He's not taking us anywhere. He's showing us more shit on the news that makes us happier, because these guys were threatening us, and now they're not. And so what my thing is what I'm saying.
The show.
What I am saying is ultimately, I will not be fooled by your bullshit, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. I don't give a fuck. I will not be sold your stupid fucking garbage, no matter which side you're on. I don't fucking care. When you fucking are still robbing from my fucking wallet, then when you stop robbing from my wallet, then tell me how much you're on my side. But as of right now, while you go shake some Asian dude's hand that's a fucking ocean away from me, who is sitting here making empty threats on his little speed bump of a fucking island, I don't buy your bullshit. There's no reason for me to give a fuck about what you're saying. North Korea has never been a threat since the Bay of Pigs, which was way, way the fuck before I give a fuck about my own goddamn life.
That was Cuba, buddy.
Okay, no, that was Cuba. No, you're right. North Korea was what was the Korean War? What was that? Oh, that was
that was with the Koreans, man.
it was
We
called the
really didn't
Korean
have
War.
any fucking. We really
No, but
didn't
I was
have any
trying to
hand in
fucking-
that.
I was trying to fucking act like the Bay of Pigs was fucking Koreans, but
What?
whatever.
Yeah, I know. You're
Pigs
thinking of
and
mash.
Koreans,
You're
they're
no,
semi-yellow.
you're thinking
They're
of
all
mash.
yellow. I'm just saying. Hold on.
Gentlemen,
when it
gentlemen,
comes down to it, is
hold on.
stop robbing from my own fucking pocket, and I'll give a fuck. But
I
as
got
of
you.
right now, I don't give a fuck if you shake the fat guy's hand. It doesn't
Time
fucking
out.
matter to me.
You're
Time-
thinking of mash, brother.
Point being is
Yes,
that
MASH was a good show though. I love that shit. Nick and Knight was the shit.
Dude, mash is fucking awesome.
I love
point
Nick and Knight.
is that fucking Zach said that was what was the Korean War, and Lee said no, that was the Koreans.
yeah. Yeah.
But
Come on now.
okay. Time out. Now, hold on, guys. I gotta wrap this fucking show up. Okay, we fucking 35 minutes overdrive tonight. Okay,
Hey,
so
fuck y'all, I gotta be up in 4 hours. You can kiss my
yeah.
ass.
When the
You
three
gotta
and
be-
four
yeah,
get
right.
together, you know what I'm saying? I digress
Central
though.
time.
I love
You
it.
guys, hey, you cocksuckers are on Central Time. I'm on fucking Eastern. Okay, I'm an hour ahead of you.
That's not
Yeah,
my
but you gotta
fucking
be
fault,
up
man.
like
I'm not
4 hours
fucking
after me.
nowhere.
It's my
You better-
birthday.
You better
It's my
ask
birthday,
somebody who plays
motherfucker.
flat- You better ask somebody who puts the flat Earth on the sundial or whatever they do, the flashlight, whatever they do.
The
Yeah.
flashlight.
Yeah. Oh, there's
Yeah.
a flashlight theory too. Oh, it's fucking awesome.
I'm fucking a
And-
real vagina tonight.
Is
Fuck
it?
the flashlight.
Hilarious. Go ahead.
Hey, I don't even have to worry about getting her pregnant again. You know what I mean? It's already there.
Again. Yeah. Pregnant sex is fucking great too, by the way.
Yeah,
But
because you just do whatever you want to. It's just already
second
there.
trimester fucking rules, by the way. Okay, that's
Yeah.
to all people that ain't got kids or ain't with your baby mamas or whatever. Fucking stick around for the second trimester because
My oldest daughter's in the room, and she's the oldest of 4. What the fuck, boys? Come on now.
I think I'm gonna name my kid Odin.
motherfucker,
I think
you
that's
called
pretty going
us,
down.
all right? So you just inviting yourself into our world. And second trimester.
No. We in overtime, man. Come on. Luckily, I have my headphones on, so she can't hear this shit.
Just
so,
saying. I
yeah.
bet you can.
But no. Yeah, all right. I'm serious. I'm not even going to deny that. And I will say it out loud. Second trimester. Yep. Damn.
All right, guys. Yeah, we can't. We're just gonna.
I
Fucking,
gotta get the fuck out of here, man. I gotta go cook some ribs or some shit, man. I gotta redeem myself from the filth that I've just had right here. And,
all right. So here's. All right. We're rolling.
Fucking acting like you just beat off in the middle of this conversation. What kind of filth were you a part of, dude? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I said some things that I shouldn't say in front of my child. Okay,
It's a
fuck you.
productive conversation.
Your
God
child's
damn it.
like 25 years
Hey,
old.
hey,
Get the
hey,
fuck out of here.
Respect the beard. All right, come on.
Oh,
Give me
listen, dude. I just shaved,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I know you did. You look so good.
Lee just outbearded you, dog. Like,
Dog, he outbearded me on the technicality. I'll outbeard that motherfucker any day, Lee.
yeah, I was about to say, fuck,
When it gets to looking this good, oh wait a minute. Next week it's going pink. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Listen,
what.
hey,
saying is-
Ragnar can
listen-
suck my dick.
listen,
Motherfucker
Houston,
got shit.
Houston,
Oh, no
listen,
shit.
on, bitches, and from somebody that ain't got the fucking full grown shit. I'm just telling you that there is a
I
difference.
don't hate you because you don't have a beard, man.
No, I got a goat. So I'm good. And I am the goat. So what I'm telling you is that I'm telling you here is that You guys like that? Y'all like
Yeah,
that?
no, it was good. It was good.
Well, maybe after pee, I'll give you that one.
Yeah. You got to be shaking fucking Korean hands right now.
What I'm saying is there's a huge difference between Des Moines and Houston in June. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
all right.
What do you want? The 90% humidity?
I don't know. All I'm saying.
What are
is
you
much,
talking shit? Are you
'Cause I'll
really
give it-
claiming that
Ladies
Houston
and
doesn't have
gentlemen, let me
90%
plug.
humidity?
Hey, well, let's plug it out. Fucking Friday.
I just know what we got.
Bitch,
I got.
I'm just trying to fucking plug our shit here. Friday night super show,
Yep.
Friday 9 p.m. Same time, same place. Be here. Post politics on Sunday night. We'll do a super duper Father's Day fucking episode on Sunday night
I
for.
don't even have to show up because none of my kids want to see me for Father's Day. So
That's all right. I'm already petitioning my ex-wife to see my kid. If I don't, then well, maybe you know what? If I do, I'll be here with my kid. So we'll
Well,
fucking make that
hats
happen.
off. Hats off to our new supreme leader, fucking Kim Jong Un. And
Fuck that guy.
all right.
Ring, 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 banana phone. Ring, 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 banana phone. I'm a Korean. Oh, hello. Remember me? My name is DJ Not Nice. You might remember me from my last record, Ching Chang Chong. You may be very rich.